Morning all. All right, so news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Wednesday, July the 26th, almost to August. Aho has signed an 8-year extension with Carolina. So it's interesting too, because as soon as I saw this, I thought, 4 years ago, Mark Bergevin really told us he wanted to be a Hab, he being Aho, when he signed that offer sheet. And I always thought, well, maybe, but, 4 more years now in Carolina before he can even think about it. At any rate, it was a 5-year contract that Montreal signed him to, which gets us to this point, and now he will be earning $9.75 million per season in terms of cap hit with the Carolina Hurricanes for 8 more years. So I just, it does remind me of that offer sheet and how it was walking him to free agency. Remember the panic around that? Like, well, it's walking him to UFA status when Carolina matches it, so Carolina eventually could really regret this. Nope. This is a decent cap hit. It's not quite $10 million, but Aho is a supreme talent in the NHL. I've talked about it before. I think there's more to Aho's game than the points will tell you. I think he could score 95 points in a season. I could see him going that. Sure, yep, absolutely. But at any rate, Sebastian Aho, very talented and sticking around with the Carolina Hurricanes for a long time. So that's one name off of next year's free agency list already. We will be seeing others drop from that list too. Speaking of lists, Matt Murray is going on the long-term injured reserve list. A lot of debate. So Matt Murray basically has already said at one point that he feels like he's good to go. And I understand a player feeling that way. Doesn't mean it's necessarily the case. And Matt Murray will be placed on LTIR, which leaves Toronto, according to Cap Friendly, $2.1 million above the cap going into next season. So they're still going to have to make a move. The idea that there's something nefarious going on here, I don't see it. If you put a player in LTIR, that is supposed to be checked by the league. I do believe the league, I know the league has checked players who are in LTIR to make sure that it's legit. And with Matt Murray, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, because he has gone through a lot of injuries over the years. And so it does help Toronto out a bit. We knew that they were looking at potentially a buyout. That's not going to happen. So now Matt Murray goes on LTIR instead. They could still buy a player out. We'll see what happens. Zach Werenski is 100% and says that he is good to go for this coming season. And he is excited to play under coach Mike Babcock. A lot of debate about how long the players could be excited to play under their new coach, but they're all saying the right things right now. Having Werenski back at 100% could be huge for Columbus. He missed almost the entire season this past year, and that hurt them. And then you look at the additions on the blue line. Columbus should be more difficult to play this season than they were last season. Whether or not that gets them into the playoff hunt's a whole other conversation, but they shouldn't finish below 60 points again. So all the best to Werenski and the Blue Jackets. My condolences go out to family and friends of Rocky Wirtz. Yesterday he passed away, the owner of the Chicago Blackhawks. He was at age 70, had a battle with an illness. Apparently it was a brief battle according to the article I read, and he has passed. So again, my condolences to his friends and family. And we'll see if that changes anything with Chicago and with how things are run there, because anytime there's a change in ownership, regardless of circumstance, it can change the way things work in that location. So, again, my condolences to friends and family, and to all of you, I hope you are having a good summer thus far. We are now about 78, 79 days away from the start of the next regular season, so we're getting there. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.